What is good, guys? Charles from Team COG coming at you guys fresh off of a 4-0 at a OTS qualifier. So for those who do not know what the OTS qualifiers are, they are your ability to go and compete at a bunch of OTSs and get your invite to the Remote Duel Invitational. So I ended up going 4-0, getting my Remote Duel invite, which is just awesome. And I took Infernobles, and like I said, I went 4-0. And I thought I'd do this video as like a way to discuss to you guys like my opinions, like the PK engine and why you do not have to play it. So before we even go on, I would like to go ahead and like show you guys how I won every game. Dolphin effect. Dolphin effect. Dolphin effect. Dolphin effect. Connector effect. Callback. Okay, guys, with all jokes aside, like the deck just really tutors out Dolphin very well. Like if you guys don't know, like Dolphin is hands down the way that the way we play around hand traps. We have access to this card either by opening Connector, and if we don't see Connector, we can get this card out thanks to Isolde. So I'm gonna quickly jump into and show you guys some quick how do you stop Imperm? How do you stop multiple hand traps? How do you stop the rock if you don't have like Gear Freed and stuff like that? And for the most part, guys, the way you stop it is all you have to do is open Connector plus Extender plus Tuner Extender. So like here's a prime example, and this is why I think Renaud is extremely important. So before you jump and be like, oh, it's like a 3-card combo, how you stop it, I mean, like, guys, this is super consistent. We play so many warriors. We play 3 Heritage, 3 Durandal. This is definitely doable. And it comes up quite more. Like this right here can be Red Layer. This right here can be Astolfo. This right here can be Oliver. This right here can be any card you truly want. Connector does not have to be Connector. It can also be Aqua Dolphin too to have the ability, but I think it requires one more additional body that way. But guys, like the simple combo is you normal summon your Connector, you get out the Dolphin, you then pitch a card from your hand, which for the sake of the video, we'll say that we had a 5th card, right? So we had 5 cards. We pitch a card from our hand. You now look at the opponent's hand. You see they have the rock. You go ahead and rip another hand trap if they had it, like Ash, Valor, etc. And this right here not only plays around the rock, this also plays around Imperm, which is like if you play the PKs and can you make Apollos and they open Imperm plus a hand trap, you're still going to lose. It's no matter what. If they open Imperm plus rock, you lose. Whereas this right here allows you to play around like both, you know? So like if you look at their hand, I guess it doesn't beat Imperm and the rock conjointly, but you will be able to like stop one or the other, you know? So you're able to look at the opponent's hand. You see they have rock or Imperm. You special out your Fire Warrior Extender, which could have been Red Layer, which you've done first. Then you special out your Fire Warrior Extender here. That has to be either Renaud or Oliver. And before, like I said, before any of you guys jump and be like, well, that's not super consistent, guys. We play like 9 copies of each in the deck. This is why I do not believe in cutting down on the Renaud. You then turn these 2 here into your Herald. And then you still have 2 more warriors, right? You have 2 more warriors to combo off. If you happen to have another card in hand, like if you pitch, well, technically we did pitch Astolfo, right? So when you pitch Astolfo, you can add this back off of the Renaud or any equip that you pitched. Then you can go Dolphin effect again, bring back out the Dolphin, and then rip another card. So then you're able to combo underneath Herald, which is crazy. And it beats Imperm and the rock. Like people seem to forget that. And some of you guys are going to be like, well, how do you combo when you have out Herald of the Arclight? Well, it's the same combo line as you do with Gear Freed. So like with Gear Freed is out, when you get to your Isolde, you're sending 2, excuse me, not sending 3. You're sending 2, then you're summoning out Gimba. Gimba and this become Hulk. And then on the power tool, you're just revealing your 3 Durandal, or your 3 DDR, excuse me, or your 2 DDR and your 1 living fossil, just to get back to Gimba. And then you just have the ability to make, you end on Charles and Herald, but more than likely they're going to force the Herald because they don't want the Herald here, which if you guys do not think that is true, jump on over to the live stream video, and it is the first thing the Tri-Brigade player does when we're playing against him is I attempt to end my turn, and he goes, before you're in phase, so we're still in the main phase, he attempts the nib. I stop this, and since you know, there was a change in the field. He stopped me before I could continue. I decided to pop the Balmug and then make Savage at the end. So like, Herald is good. Herald is remarkable. And if they leave Herald up, it's almost just as bad. So if a player is almost always going to force the Herald, do keep that in mind. And I mean, like you have access to that tremendously. Like you're like, It is crazy. And then some of you are going to be like, well, how do you play like through the rock if you don't open connector and you don't open dolphin? How do you play through the rock? Well, there's a few ways you do this. You either hold your tuner extender in your hand and you force the rock on the Isolde. And you're gonna be like, well, how do you do that? You can do it multiple ways. If you happen to open any 2 warriors, so let's say you make 2 warriors, right? And you want to, and you know, like dolphin's out of the question because dolphin doesn't stop the rock, you know? You use Isolde's effect and you send 4 and you summon out the YuGIOh. Wherever it may be. It should be in here. Come on. You summon out YuGIOh. YuGIOh then sends the Gearfried. And then this is also assuming you have a a tuner and extender in your hand. I should have brought that up. 2 warriors plus a tuner warrior. Like, you know, so you have to have an extender in your hand to do this. This is just another one of the options that you can do. It's not going to come up like a bunch, by the way. So then you special Renaud. Renaud add back Gearfried. You then banish here to summon here. And they're forced to rock you here because if you equipped or you haven't equipped like Phoenix Blade and you put here, then they can't stop you with the rock. They have to rock you here. And some of you are going to be like, well, how do you solve space? Because this is a lot of space, you know, to deal with. So like, assuming you open one of your normal summons was an Oliver or, you know, any card that can be equipped, like you have a Durandal, you equip an extra Durandal here, whatever the case may be, guys, you just simply turn these 2 here into Roland. A Roland is a tuner, and then you combo up this way into Hulk. So, like I said, guys, this deck is not like this deck does not lose to the Rock or Imperm if you open pretty much mediocre to anything above. Now, with that being said, there are certain like iterations of like that you get hand trapped with that will stop you, and there's some pretty cool plays you can do with Astolfo. Like I'll kind of just throw out some random hands here. Astolfo plus DDR if you open DDR. And all these are very viable, guys. Like for people out there who are like, well, you're not always going to open this combo line because it doesn't happen. And that is totally incorrect because you play so much consistency, so much search power. Like you are often going to open or have the ability to search out these combo lines that exist. So we're just going to throw ourselves a random 5-card hand, but it's not going to be a good hand. But it pretty much all it is a, if you open Astolfo plus 3.5 card combo probably. And then if you throw in like an additional extender like this, you get a little bit more. So this is why I kind of like Astolfo, is you pretty much reveal Astolfo, banish the Gearfried, summon Astolfo. You then special summon your tuner, your extender. That's 2 summons. And then you can go DDR, send here, summon out Gearfried. And then you go up here and you make Isolde. And then Gearfried can just send the DDR to negate, and then it'll destroy Gearfried too. Which is okay, you know, it's not, you know, it frees up space too, so you can combo differently that way. But you also got to remember that Isolde's going to add us a card, so like that 5-card combo kind of turns into like a 4-card combo, or not really 5-card, that like just hand kind of like recoups itself at the end of the day. But that's one way using Astolfo that you're able to like, and Astolfo in conjunction with these 3 cards is crazy. Another way that you can play around Nib is if you happen to open, like I said, any extender, guys, like practically any extender and a tuner gets you there. If you go to, like, your hand can practically consist of anything. And you don't have to play any bricks. You don't have to, like, your monsters are always going to work together. The only monsters that Renaud does not work with is Connector and Dolphin. And that's okay because so many Fire Warriors exist. But, like, let's go ahead, hypothetically, right, guys? Hypothetically, we go here. Let's go here. This is too busted. This is too busted. You guys would be like, that's too busted. So let's go ahead for all the haters out there and throw in like multiple normal summons. Let's go ahead and throw YuGIOh. And yeah, we'll go in Oliver because Oliver, you have to go all in. So like in hands like this, guys, where this is how like you play around the rock without even knowing they have the rock, you know? But like you're always going to have access as long as you see 2 warriors plus Oliver, you're in it. Or 2 warrior or 2 fire, or as long as one of these extenders are fire plus Renaud, you're in it. So you special here, you make your Isolde effect. It doesn't matter what you add. Goodness, we'll add another red layer. Then you go ahead and use Isolde's effect. You pay the cost, then you summon the Dolphin. You banish the 2, grab the Phoenix Blade that you would have sent, pitch it for the Dolphin, and then, oh, look, they have the Rock. So currently, this is all without special summoning, right? We haven't even normal, I mean, this is all without normal summoning. We've done a load of special summoning. You go ahead and reveal, and then you can go ahead and send the Ogier, or whatever Fire Warrior, it could be the one you add. This right here puts them on You Better Have the Rock. And since we have it normal summon, we have the normal summon of Gimba that we can normal summon and go up into. Some people forget that you can just, you still get a normal summon. So like if they don't rock us here, we make Herald, the rock is dead. However, if they do rock us here, and we get a token, we just normal summon Gimba and make Hulk. The entire point of this deck, guys, this deck is 100% a Hulk-based deck. So the entire point of Isolde is just to bait every hand trap before you go into Hulk. That is 100% what we're trying to do. And there's just so many different ways you can do it. You can do some cool things with just opening like Aqua Dolphin plus Red Layer. You just special, normal. As long as you have a tuner extender in your hand, which of course, Oliver is the best tuner extender, or like sometimes it can just be Renaud. So like even if you open Renaud, and let's just go ahead and grab a Durandal. There we go. Doesn't even matter. It can be anything. It could be Metal Silver. It does not matter, guys. So you use the effect to pitch. Look at the hand. You see they don't have the rock. You just special out here. Of course, you're ripping a card from their hand. Special here. This becomes a tuner. You make Isolde. Isolde, you send for Summon Connector. Tribute Connector. Summon back the Dolphin. Banish 2 for Phoenix Blade. Pitch off of the Dolphin. You've ripped 2 cards now. And then you still have the ability to go here. And if you happen to have like another tuner extender in your hand, and you see they do have like cards like Imperm or the Rock, and they're just like holding the Imperm or the Rock for you to get closer, this right here will force the Rock. If they have Imperm, you just make Herald, and you can stop the Imperm from hitting your Hulk. So it's just kind of crazy what the deck can do, guys. There's just kind of, yeah, if you guys want to check it out on stream, I try to stream as often as I can. I really don't have a set stream schedule simply because I have my work field and everything. So if you guys do enjoy and want to watch some more Infernoble, maybe hop on and discuss, just hit that subscribe button down there. Click that notification bell so you can be notified every time I go live, and you can join the Crusading family. But outside of that, guys, this has just kind of like been a rant. Not really a rant, but also like a showing you guys. That is practically how that I was able to go 4-0 at this OTS qualifier, was because I was able to utilize the deck's like ability to look at the hand and be able to solve the problems in the hand. So it's just like, it's super easy, guys. Like, I mean, well, I shouldn't say it's super easy. Like, this deck is not easy. This deck is definitely a deck to where, like, if you like give up on it or you set it down for a little bit, you hands down will get a little rusty with it. So it's a deck that you have to keep in tune with. Otherwise, you can forget lines of play. You will mess up your combos, etc. And that is definitely shown in the last remote duels that I entered in, which you guys can also watch. But yeah, guys, that is practically it for this video. Please comment down below if this was informational for you guys, if this little rant or ramble was good. But other than that, guys, stay safe, stay happy. This is Charles from Team COG, signing out.